Yeah, I'm back. Hey guys. Let me put that down. Oh, am I sick? I am really sick. Um, so yeah, you might notice no conquest video this week. Again, being sick, I haven't even hobbied at all anything. But I did say the next video I do, we would be building the shipping container. I'm going to show a really nice, easy, simple way that actually the conquest book does explain. And if you haven't built anything before, you know what? It's a really simple and easy thing to kind of get your head around. So we're going to go through in a second what we're going to need. So I'll show you the tools. Cut that out, put it together, glue it up, done. I'll show you all that, and then in another video I'll show you how to paint it and do some weird things with hairspray and some other stuff. Alright guys, so I'm going to turn the camera around and get this thing started. Alright, I hope this is a good enough angle. So, what do we need to do this with? Well, for starters, you need your choice of glue, whether it's going to be plastic glue, which, I mean, a lot of us are going to be using that stuff, or super glue. In this case, I'm going to be using plastic glue. If it was already painted, I'd be using some super glue, but it's not painted, so we don't have to worry about that type of stuff. Next thing we probably need is a pair of clippers. I've got 5 or 6 pairs of snippers these days. A good knife, a good scalpel. Pick them up from any art craft shop, or in my case I get mine from my local hardware shop. That's always the good place to go. And then, funny enough, yeah, hair ties. Why hair ties? It'll come obvious in later on in the video when we're putting the crate together, just to hold the 4 sides together. Nice equal pressure there. You can also use elastic bands or something like that, but I have a daughter. I have about a trillion of these things lying around, so there's that. What else? That's about it. You can use a couple of files if you really want to, or some emery boards. These are just for your fingernails. I've got a bunch of those. Don't be scared to go into the makeup aisle. You can get some really awesome tools actually for painting as well, with some makeup sponges and things like that. So the other thing we need is obviously the model. I'm not going to do the barrels or anything like that today. We're just going to assemble the 4 pieces that we need and yeah, get cracking. So I'm now going to proceed to clean up my desk, get this stuff out the way, and cut some stuff up. So yeah, back in a sec. Okay, we're ready to start. So what are we going to need? Well, obviously we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And essentially this is really simple, guys, if you've been doing it for a while now. But you take your side cutters. These are really nice and banged up. I've been using them for forever. You put your flat side up against the flat of that and just snip. Snip. And that's it. And then, if you're me, we're going to need to clean up the little edges here. And that's where our hobby knife comes into play. So don't worry if you take too much out. It's only a bit that slots in. You can also fix this up with a bit of sandpaper or a file like so. And guys, don't worry about if this isn't roughs up things too much. Just run your finger through it. If it's nice and smooth, then you've done your job. It'll hide behind when it's got the sides on it. You're going to hide most of these lines anyway. You're not going to see half of this, so we don't have to clean it up too much. And also roughing it up, it gives the glue somewhere a bit nicer to stick to. So yeah, alright, I've done this one part, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to cut out the rest, and when we come back I'll have them all out, and I'm going to clean up all the edges. See, didn't take too much. I'm going to clean up all the edges of the parts, and then we're going to glue it together. Alright guys? And there we go. I've managed to smooth out all the edging, and it's not many parts. But now we start with the fun part, because essentially we're going to have to build a box. And it's a pretty flimsy box, hence why the nice pink hair ties, or if you have big, the actual thick elastic bands. The more surface pressure you can put on this holding it together while the glue sets, the better. So yeah, this is actually really simple. It's essentially just a peg and a hole. Other side. The roof doesn't actually sit anywhere, it just goes on top like that. And then the doors sit on the side. But because it's a bit flimsy trying to hold all this together, a bit of extra pressure helps just while the glue sets. So yeah, just put a couple of dabs of glue in the spots, start sticking it together as you'll see me do. Hold it together until it dries with one of these, and that's it, done. It's simple. Now you might notice that I've left a couple of bits off. There's little extras that go on the side of these. I don't like the look of them. I'm not doing the gun today that goes on top, and there's a little button panel there, but that's not about gluing these things on. It's literally just showing you a nice easy way to get this thing to be glued together and hold itself while you don't sit there like this for 40 minutes trying to get it all to sit and not do that on you. So right, make sure that your glue is clean. and actually works, like mine is, and it starts gluing up. That's essentially it. I go a bit overboard with my plastic glue because I don't care about cleaning up afterwards. Pick your bit. Does not matter which way this goes, this is all on the inside. If you want to, you can have it so that the outside is, so that one of the doors is down, so it's showing. But as you see, even now it's not as easy as you think to do on camera. It's a bit fun. The glue will help it stick, obviously. While you do this, the elastic bands, or in my case hair ties, are just a little bit of a optional insurance here. So a little bit more glue on both sides. Get that like that. If I can get it to lie flat, that'll be nice. And this is the fun part. So don't worry about the glue, guys, okay? Don't go too overboard with it, because yeah, it'll screw it up. But because this isn't painted, and we can always go back and clean this any overspill kind of stuffs up, it's fine. We can be a bit messy at this point. Don't ever be afraid to be a bit messy at this point. So like I said, guys, it's a bit fiddly, but the glue does help it stick. Just don't stick your fingers to it. That's another key. Alright, so as you can see, it's a bit flimsy. Trying to hold the doors in while doing this is a bit of a pain. So we take our hair tie, see, I just screwed it up on camera, and I'm going to leave that in. Why? Because it's a mistake, and mistakes happen. But in this case, it's not that hard to fix up. Let's try that again. I'll put one just there. And there we go. It's just going to create even pressure all the way around. It's not much pressure, but it will do, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to put one on each of the grooves, because that's just the way I want to do it. Put the doors on, and then stick one across the entire thing, and we'll be done. Whoa. And that's it, guys. That's it, all nice and not neatly wrapped up, but at least with some even pressure across the board, using hair ties. And it's a nice solid, it's got no shift, the doors can't pop off if you even just give it a bit of a knock. And yeah, we just leave this to the side to dry. I put a little bit more glue across the edges in between, just because I can. Like I said, guys, it's Terrrain. You don't have to be super clean with this thing, and anywhere that we get a little bit too much, like I did accidentally here and here, just clean off. It's not that hard, or I can weather over it. So that's it. That's what this ad is, and then when it's all dry, that's what you're gonna get. This is a bright red box. So like I said, there's a little control panel on both sides. I haven't got the guns on, and I don't like the little eagles that come off the side. I just don't like them. But that is it, guys. That's how to put one of these things together using hair ties. And if you try and build one of these things by hand, even the slightest mispressure flips it. You saw it happen. That can happen. If you've built a drop pod, you know what I'm on about. Having elastic bands or hair ties or something really does come in handy. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm sorry, I've been really sick of late. You can probably hear it in my voice. And I have not even touched a model. I've been working on some of my conquest stuff before I got sick, and I haven't touched anything since just because I can't. I spend more than 2 seconds leaning over to paint, and I start coughing up a lung. But all I'm going to do now is set that off to the side. I'm going to do the barrels and stuff, or build another one. That's why I wait for this to dry and then take everything off. But always worth having around, as well as these emery boards. Get yourself some. They're great. So guys, it's a bit of a different video, I know, and you only saw myself at the face. It's a bit of glue, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what color I should paint this. You pick. Suggestions. If not, I'm just going to paint it to Crimson Fist. I'm going to do it my Crimson Fist blue with a giant red stripe. But yeah. Alright guys, have a good night. I'll see you in the next one.